Well, hey there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, we are currently fixing up the itty bitty. There's been a lot of people that told me to quit, to give up hope, commit insurance fraud, and go buy some lottery tickets, which sounds nice, not gonna lie, but I don't condone that behavior. And this is totally a joke. So my thinking, not just because I want every boat that I see, but because I need this boat. I do. When we're traveling the country with a boat as majestic as the itty bitty, you have to think about a couple boring terms, such as water displacement, which is pretty much how deep is this hole gonna sit in the water. And with a boat that is this old and we've had as much trouble as we've had trying to get this thing back to being water ready, I never, ever want to risk putting the itty bitty in too shallow of water, or maybe trying to dock the itty bitty in a really windy situation or something like that. So I've spent the past 2 months on the old trusty Facebook marketplace, and I've been looking for a proper dinghy. I came across some really cool boats that I'm pretty sure were stolen from Disney World, so definitely gave my number to a few criminals, but you know, I ended up coming across one of the weirdest looking boats I've ever seen. They're called CRAIGCATs, and they're the perfect little boat that you could slide up on the roof of the itty bitty, strap it down, and cruise on. These little boats were basically miniature catamarans, and they had 2 pontoons that are made out of like a polyethylene plastic shell, and it's filled with foam. And these 2 pontoons are connected by a solid deck. And then on the back of the boat, you have an outboard from 9.9 up to a 35 horsepower outboard on the back of this short, lightweight little boat. Now I reached out to CRAIGCAT, and I'm pretty sure they're a family-owned company out of Florida that makes these funky little boats. I was curious if they wanted to do any social media partnership or sponsor any content, and they basically said that if you have a receding hairline before you're 25, they don't do that. But even though they overlooked me for my health conditions and no other reason, I still wanted their boat. So I've been sharking Facebook Marketplace for the past 2 months or so, looking through, messaging every CRAIGCAT that I saw in the Southeast. And finally, I found a boat located down in Florida that I thought was reasonably valued. Short road trip, fingers crossed. Hopefully we come back with a CRAIGCAT. There's no man on this planet that makes me feel safe as Davy Gravy. What's the game plan if they pull a gun on us?
The game plan if they pull a gun on us is to pull our swords back on them.
And that, my friends, is why Davy Gravy's riding passenger seat.
Those first, yes. Especially when they go driving.
Oh, okay. Very nice.
I'm always buckled tight.
I know a lot of you are thinking, dang, AO, done got yourself a dually? Quick answer to that question is no, it's my father-in-law's, and I'm still a little boy. So the plan today, to actually do this thing right, we're gonna meet the owner of this boat at a public boat ramp, and the hope is we can see the outboard work in the water actually propel the vessel. Second of all, we can make sure this thing floats and see every crevice, cranny, nook of this little dinghy. A lot of people have been asking me why I don't hire Davy Gravy as a camera guy and editor. Just hold it right there and aim it at those people. Oh my gosh, that's the worst shot I've ever
Hey folks, big photography guy right here, guys. This is my shot. This is how I like it right here. I like it sideways.
Folks, we have made it. We are down in Florida. 3 hours later, we're turning in the boat ramp. I'm not gonna show you guys just yet, but I'm looking at the boat directly in front of us. Every one of these boats looks a little different. This is an older model. Matter of fact, it could be the first year this boat was ever made. The one thing I liked about this boat is, number one, the price was pretty good, and number two, it had elevated seats on it, so you could see a little bit better when you're out on the water. Oh man, my heart is pounding, dude. Initial thoughts, man, what are you thinking? Do you think it looks good
It's
though?
gonna be interesting. Yeah, I think it looks fair condition there.
We have made it to the boat ramp. They are dipping the boat in right now. I'm gonna put the big cam down, put everything down just because I don't want to be carrying around all my valuables. We're gonna hop on the boat with some GoPros, life jackets, see what we think. Fingers crossed.
I love this little boat, man. I bought me a 14-foot pontoon boat. I sold my 20-foot.
Yeah.
I sold my bass boat. I do everything with that little
Really?
pontoon boat.
I saw it cranked up first try.
Yeah, it ain't cranked up 6 months. I told him, I said, you can go out there and try it. All he said,
Yeah.
not I'll even, you know, clean the carburetor out, real quick, but it's a simple deal to do.
So how does steering with that thing work?
All day I can tell you, like I told him, you get on the track.
Looks pretty good.
All right, go ahead, man. I got you. Keep going. What you thinking?
That's where it flies.
Yeah, she goes.
no matter how much gas is in it.
All right, let's get back to the boat ramp. Definitely takes water on if you slow up. I'm so focused. Try not to get too loud because the owners are right there on the bank, but I'm feeling pretty positive this is it. Crank right up, rode good.
When I got it, the key was already broke,
Okay.
but the key's in it. One thing you gotta do,
Okay.
put in it, if you wanna crank it.
You ain't got to have a battery on except for your lights.
Yeah, man, go ahead. One and done, baby.
We showed you that. That's the bill of sale and all in one now.
Sign here, put your name here.
Run down, it's deep as hell on the, that middle, but I got my lower back.
Come on, Davey. Hop aboard the new vessel.
Alright.
One and done, baby. There she goes. There it goes. That's it, dude.
It's going.
We're gonna come back and they're gonna have taken our everything we own.
We'll watch it. I'm like,
Yeah, we'll watch it, drone.
Yeah.
Going. Do you like it? It's not steering. It won't track where it's going. I'm just kidding. It's doing fantastic. Look at that thing go, dude. It runs good.
Yeah. Runs like my mama.
What?
Runs good.
Take some waves on, see what she's made of.
This will be a good Insta story right here.
Yeah, I'll let you pull your phone out. Drifting out.
Oh boy. Forward right.
Ah!
Oh shit.
Oh! Now our drone just hit.
Seatbelt.
Well, this could be the best purchase I've ever made.
Houseboat. Oh. Shit. Well. Oh shit.
What happened there? It wouldn't go in idle for a minute. Is that normal?
Yeah, you come too fast.
Okay. That's what I was trying to say. It wouldn't go into neutral. Does it have a kill switch?
Turn the key off. But it'll pop up just like that there where it won't mess the foot up.
Oh, it's made that way to pop up? Okay.
You don't want it to stay down because you would have bought your prop then. Did that we would bring you in.
Got it, man. Well.
Financially speaking, might not have been the best decision.
I think,
Fun speaking.
Heck yeah. You gouged it.
Think so? The only thing I haven't really done is cracked open the head of this motor and made sure that it is, in fact, a good motor. Honestly, dude, it looks really good. There's no rust around the spark plugs. Every single time you pull it, it fires up. So compared to the boat that Lojo recently bought me, this is in a lot better shape. There is a little bit of rust on this plate right here, but everything else looks really good. I haven't seen this thing pulled once and not crank. I have a lot of faith in this motor. I think it's gonna last us a while. I think we just gotta learn this vessel. There's a few things that need to happen to the boat. Maybe some new seats, maybe a fresh little paint line.
Sit on comfortable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man. That's a good bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in my line of work, the truth finds its way out, so. Unless you go to GuggenSquad.com and use the code AO, then you can cover up all your insecurities with some fire merch. Honestly, I feel like we've just made one of the smartest purchases in the history of the channel, really. Now, we have not done a proper walkthrough of the new CRAIGCAT, so without further ado, let me show you the new boat. So like I said before in the intro, this is similar to a miniature catamaran. So we have a platform that has been connected to these two foam-filled pontoons, if you will. I would say the boat's 10 foot long, 6 foot wide, and with that little 25 horse, the thing can get up and go. It's the first boat that I've ever steered that has a joystick for steering. It comes with 2 seats that are actually lifted about a foot. I've seen a lot of the newer ones, the seating is on the actual deck, and that is one of the reasons that I like this particular one. The seats are a little bit higher so you can see where you're fishing. Comes with a pretty small gas tank, which I'm scared to put a bigger one on there, but we could definitely have that whole tank of gas burned in about an hour or 2 if we're really ripping. Now, one thing that really scared me about riding in this thing, I don't know if you realize this, but when we slowed down, a ton of water ran over the pontoons. No water came over the deck, but the pontoons at some point had a ton of water running through. I actually got my foot soaked, and the first time that we took it out, I was like, dude, did we buy a boat that has some sort of sinking issue, and are we about to sink with everything we have? One of the big problems that I read about this boat is the prop will actually catch the corner of this pontoon. You can see right here where it's chunked a big piece out of it along this edge. As you guys may or may not have noticed, I crashed the boat. And there is a safety protocol that slings the foot of the motor out of the water, and the only problem I had with this is there was no accessible kill switch. The foot was out of the water running for a little bit. Did not go according to plan. This motor's an 03, so it's about 19 years old, 25 horse, 114 pounds. And to be honest, this is probably the nicest outboard that I've ever owned. So should be an epic vessel. Would have been a great opportunity to sponsor the channel here. I guess I'm too fat and ugly. It's all good. Folks, my hair is gonna grow back. I won't look like an egg forever. But national championship is tonight. Me and Davey have a special night planned. It involves the national championship and a lot of meat.
Oh yeah, I'm spending a lot.
On that note, the tires are dry rotted to Hades and back, and there is a high likelihood if we were to try to make it back that we would just explode the trailer on the side of the
You
road.
might find us on the side of the road.
So we found a Walmart that's 30 minutes away. Fingers crossed that we can make it there, change the tires, and get home with the new beauty. Two new tires, wrench. Didn't want to spend money on a jack because these 2 tires are ridiculously overpriced right now, just like everything. Hoping the trailer isn't too heavy.
There it is.
All right, new tire, hurry. Line it up, line the holes. Oh my God. Try one more time.
Try to lift again.
Yeah.
This is helping very much a lot, for real.
Woo! She's in there like a swimwear, baby.
Yeah. Ow.
That was the best $10 I've ever saved by not buying a jack.
I couldn't get it. I'm sorry.
Oh, baby. We're white walled up. Trailer's looking mighty fine. Hopefully we don't have to stop on the side of the interstate on the ride. Can't wait to watch my football team go get their face beat in.
Good Lord, help it. Oh, bless you. Goodness sake, spreads
that quick,
Plurona.
baby. Gosh dang it, David.
Man, I'm starting to have them Plurona symptoms.